Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's T-So. I know it's been a while. I looked today and it's been 6 months. You know, a few times I've gotten messages a lot, and a few times, it was a little inkling in me that was telling me, okay, you need to go share this message, you need to go share this message. But of course, something prevented me from doing so. And so it's been on my heart to share a message probably for like a week and a half about purging. And I'm not sure how much I'm going to cover on this video because I have 2 videos in mind to record today, but this is like, I've decided to do this one first, just because this journey, this twin flame journey, is very interesting. And I seen something last night that kind of like bothered my spirit. And for a while, I've been contemplating on, taking a social media break. And so it basically led to me just deleting all my social medias. All of them except YouTube and another one I won't mention because, yeah. But basically, I've limited, basically what I'm like intaking, you know what I'm saying, what I'm taking in, because it's a lot of distractions right now. We'll go further into that on my next video, but because we want to focus right here, we're on like the twin flame journey specifically. So I thought it was very interesting because I was, being led to, I just like seen a few quotes that I'm using on my next video. And as I'm like reading, then I see this message from your twin flame, right? And so I read it. I am your highest teacher before I am your lover. Know that nothing could possibly take away how I feel for you. Do not take what I do personally. And, emphasis on do not take what I do personally, because it was something that I seen that I took it personally because, it made me question, okay, what part of the journey are you in right now? You get what I'm saying? Like, what part of the journey are you in right now? Because what is being depicted is not, it's unsettling for me. It's unsettling for me. Let me finish reading it and then we'll get back to that. Allow life to take its course and continue to trust in your choice of love. This is what I am choosing too. I desire to love you in all of the ways that you love me, but I cannot meet you there unless you meet yourself first. It is all very simple. Choose for this to be easy. Choose to be your own hero. I am right here cheering you on. Love, your twin flame. So this message really stood out to me because, for one, you don't go looking for a twin flame. At least I didn't. And then, he basically led me to taking a break from social media because of something that I seen that had to do with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then it's like, do not take what I do personally. I'm like, yeah, it's easier said than done. It's easier said than done, right? And then I'm looking at it, okay, what is God trying to tell me through these instances? You know what I'm saying? Where I'm feeling a type of way due to this, this twin flame experience, this journey. For one, he's been telling me that I need to get off social media. So, you know what I'm saying? That was like the biggest thing. You need to get off of social media because it's some things that I am trying to tell you. I'm like reaching out to you and you can't hear me because you're distracted. You're distracted by, this journey. And then it's just different things just going on in the world that is just so it's easy for you to get caught up and distracted from your mission, And Like, I'm learning how to be okay with, you know, like, everybody doesn't end up with their twin flame, you know. I mentioned that, like, before, about, like, focusing on you. And it's like, the twin flame journey is, it's kind of like a roller coaster, and it is easier said than done, you know. But I know one way to make it easier for myself is to get off of social media, you know, because me and, well, my twin flame and I, we're in a no contact, right? But it's evident that we have a lot to say. You know, it's evident that we have a lot to say to one another. And, like, I'm to the point where, honestly, if we don't end up together, I just feel like we need to have a conversation of closure, you know. And it's, yeah. Because I'm not going to lie, this year, I mean, I spent a lot of time just trying to decipher me and my twin flame coming into contact with one another. And then that brings us to our next post. My ad. A woman's highest calling is to lead a man to his soul so as to unite him with source. Her lowest calling is to seduce, separating man from his soul and leave him aimlessly wandering. A man's highest calling is to protect woman so she is free to walk the earth unharmed. Man's lowest calling is to ambush and force his way into the life of a woman. So if I was only brought into his life for him to, you know, face himself, you know, to cut through the illusion, then, you know, I'm okay with that. You know, I would have to live to be okay with that. You know, even though, like, the type of person I am, like, always, when it comes to, like a man, somebody of the opposite sex, and y'all coming together, I've always, like, fell in love with the potential of who he could be, what we could be together, you know. And of course, you find yourself doing that on, well, I find myself doing it on this twin flame journey because it's something that I've always done, and this is like my highest level soulmate. So it's like, I know that it's obtainable. You get what I'm saying? Like, in the past, it was never obtainable because they were karmics. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were made to teach me a lesson. It wasn't for us to do the calling of, which it is for me and my twin flame, right? And it's like, if I was someone and, like, I was all into social media, like, you get what I'm saying? Like, being in different places, this and that. What he would receive reflected right now in our journey would be completely different from what I see reflected in him, right? So that's, like, where I'm at with it. Like, you know, you say you can change, but I'm still seeing you out and about. Like, I'm like, you know, like, you know, it's just nothing wrong with going out. You know, I'm not trying to portray, like, that type of message, but it's like, are you really doing the work? Or are you out here trying to, like, continue to pretend like everything is everything? Because I'm seeing different instances where it's like, you're physically there, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually, you're elsewhere. So, like, why do you feel so obligated that you have to be seen? You know? Like, you should be focused on being seen in truth and in light. Like, why is it so important for you to be seen? Like, I get it when it comes to your job, you know, but even if that's not making you happy, then some changes need to occur, right? You know? So that's where I'm at, like, with my twin flame. Like, you know, I'm at the point in life where what they say about like releasing, and if it's for you, it'll come back. Like, I have to release this connection. Like, of course, we're always, yeah, I get all of that, but I gotta release it in a way where it no longer like plays on my mental to the point where it's holding me back from what I need to do for myself, because it's really not solid for me. It's not, I can't rest in the love of if we're gonna make it back to one another, or I can't even, you get what I'm saying? Because it's not like, it's not solid. It does not feel solid. And it's like, and you know, that's how it's been with past relationships. Like, I'm not trying to, you get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I've been putting my all into what could be, you know? And there's nothing wrong with that, but it's like you gotta separate it. I gotta separate this. I gotta separate myself from this connection, you know, because I'm not really feeling what I'm seeing right now, and I just need to take a step back. And so I want people to be able to learn from me. Like, maybe they just discovered they have a twin flame, you know? Maybe they just discovered they're part of the 144,000. Like, if you're new on this journey, I mean, both of you have to be willing to do the work. And I'm not saying that my twin flame is not doing the work. I'm just saying, when I see him, or like, it's just, I'm getting a lot of old energy. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm getting who he's felt he's always had to be for the public, for maybe his family, and even maybe for himself. And it's like, I need to see who you are, like, outside of all of that. Like, I'm like, I don't like, we shouldn't further be resting in our shadowed self, or, you know, resting in the illusion of who the world created us to be, or who the world wants us to be. You get what I'm saying? And I'm still seeing, I'm seeing it. Like, doesn't mean that that's what is, like, you know, taking place like 50%, or, you know, I'm not putting a percent, but you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to say he's not doing any work at all, because I don't know. And you know what? Another thing, I'm tired of, like, I'm not trying to figure out the riddle to this. You get what I'm saying? Like, just have, like, come, just, if you got something to say, say it. You know, and my Venus and Aries said that I need to be the one to reach out first, but I'm not doing that. I'm not reaching out first, because when the contact ended between us, it was because he blocked me first, right? But what was portrayed to the world is that I blocked him on everything. But no, you blocked me first initially. You blocked me first. I blocked you second, right? That's what is played out. So if you block me, why am I going to continue to try to figure out how to, you know, reach out to you? You get what I'm saying? Like, that's how I feel on that. That's just like, if you left me on red, why am I going to continue to reach out to you? You know, that's how I feel about that. And, bro, this journey is not for the faint. The faint of heart, is that the same? Yeah, so, the twin flame journey is not something that you could just talk to everyday people about, because a lot of people don't even experience this, don't know what it's like to experience this, probably would never experience it, because it's so few twin flames, you know, couples. You know, like, I see Like, I can see us, you know, and I believe it's because we're already together in the spirit, but you know, and it has to come together in the spirit before it comes together in the physical. But like on today, I'm feeling like, you could back up in the spirit too. Like, that's how I'm feeling right now. Like, you could back up in the spirit too, you know. Cause yeah, I'm very passionate about this, and you could tell I'm trying to avoid saying certain things or how I say it, because I'm not trying to come across like, you know, Queen of Swords energy. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm not trying to be like this. Like, I I know I've been so back and forth on this journey, you know, because, I want to be in a stable relationship where I feel safe, I feel protected. You know, that's something I never had. I never felt safe, like in any relationship, even like the relationship, like family relationships, like, from a child, I felt unsafe, you know, for since a child, I felt, unprotected. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to manifest a relationship where those I'm still in that place, you know. I was looking for a word, and I couldn't at the time I couldn't bring it up out of me, you know. It's like I'm at peace. Like, I'm just trying to make peace of this, and how it affects me, because this whole year it's affected me in a way in which hasn't been healthy, you know. Trying to figure out, what is this, like, was it real, like, you know, because like me meeting like my twin flame, like, we met via social media, but like it came with a lot. Like, I went through a whole physical situation after coming into contact with my twin flame, and it kind of led me to like 11 months of isolation, where I had no choice but to make the best of, my surroundings. Like a legal isolation, y'all. I'm referring to legal. Being transparent within my journey, because I would never want, somebody else to experience like anything that I have experienced that has played on my mental, toyed with it, and, left me in a state of confusion, because if God is bringing you something, it's it shouldn't be any confusion attached to it. And a lot of my journey, I have been, a little confused, and I'm like, God wouldn't bring me this, So then it cause you to go, you know, cause you to go in, digging deep within yourself to try to, gain clarity of this connection, you know, certain things that you need to face within yourself that the connection has brought you to. Like I was in a state before I met him. Like, I will always like I've been holding on to things since childhood, and like that basically showed me like how I reacted to. I was triggered in some way, in which right now I still couldn't even really explain it. Like, I was triggered because it was already a lot going on, but basically it showed me how I needed to release these things, how I needed to stop carrying these things that that are not a part of who I am. And it never was. It was just based off of, you know, being in survival mode and, you know, forming defense mechanisms so that you feel that you could protect yourself in a way, keep yourself protected. But really, like, I was kind of further damaging myself. And also, like, it brought me to just like releasing, you know, just releasing these things that never served me and do not serve my full potential. In addition to, dang, I lost my train of thought because I heard something, but in addition to like avoiding my hardships, like avoiding the things that I have been through that have affected me deeply, I kind of will put a band-aid over it, you know, and not really deal with it. I will be looking at it as like a negative experience when like the beauty is really in the toughest times of my life. Like, you know, it's a lot of beauty that comes up out of that when you like face it head on and don't like look at it as something like something happening like to you instead of for you. Like, now I'm able to look at the situations, like the most difficult situations that I've went through in life, and realize that, you know, this happened for me, you know. God just been trying to build a lot of character within me, and it really makes me relatable, and I'm able to really share with people and to assist people because I've been through a lot, you know, and it's time that I, you know, not view it in a negative light, like, you know, that thought, I'm not sure where it went, but yeah, I think that's it for this message, you all. Like I said, I'm about to record another message after that, but I wanted to split the twin flame. I wanted to make the twin flame video its own video, and I guess share with you where I am in my journey as far as twin flame, what it has helped me with, you know, to acknowledge what it has assisted me in, because it has assisted me a lot, you know, just because it was so profound. Like, what happened was so profound to me. It's hard for me not to see how it's hard for me not to share, you know, it, because it's bro, you cannot make any of this stuff up, that's for sure. But that's all I want to share today when it comes to my twin flame journey. I don't know if I want to say the trials and tribulations. I don't know what I want to say, but because I don't want to put too much on it. You get what I'm saying? But yeah. So that's that. If I can think of anything else, I would share it at a later date. But thank you for your time and your patience with allowing me to just get it all the way out. Be blessed.